This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, and of course, Marto and team. Gentlemen?
G'day.
Good evening, sir, gentlemen.
Yeah, it is a good evening.
Are we feeling good?
How are you feeling, Tone?
Oh, fantastic. 11-11 squash after Richmond's massive win tonight. That's
huge 8 points.
One.
How much they win by?
Morale booster.
How much they win by?
A massive 8 points.
And they beat a premiership team there tonight?
They certainly did. Premiership at the close to the bottom premiership team. But they did have a chance of making the 8 until tonight, albeit a slim one. The Crows, but we've put the final nails in the coffin, I think.
Now, I'm just curious, Tone, because I can see a dressing gown in the back. Now, I know that we've talked about this in the past, about you getting up in
your colour, Tone.
Been under the stairs. What's happened? The missus locked you up in the closet tonight.
Actually, that's not a dressing gown. It may look like one. It's what they call a yukata, and it's summer wear. That what the girls wear when they go and watch the fireworks in the summer. That's what, and go to festivals.
Now, is it what the boys wear? Is it when they go wear then? Because if it's you'd be wearing that, it looks beautiful. It's your colour.
No, it's not cool enough for me. I like more colours, more red and blue, and more colourful one.
Marto, what do you reckon? What do you reckon?
I don't know. I think he's telling Porky Pie is hiding something there. It's a bit shifty in the eyes when he was trying to explain that one.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
There you go, Palti Army. We've got a cultural education here, courtesy of Tone tonight.
Yes, well,
we've got Tone in the closet, and we've got superhero Marto with his Captain America.
Captain America.
Oh, look at that! Holy shit! Is that because of the massive win in the NRL? What do you call it? The state of origin, Marto?
No, I'm actually a Blue supporter, Tone, so it wasn't a big win at all. Player set off in the 7th minute, a bit controversial, and Queensland just ran over the top, 12-13, found space everywhere.
Marto, did you watch the round ball? Do you know Australia played Bangladesh tonight? Did you see that at all? I mean, I
didn't see that. No, I did have a look at the result, but I didn't see the match. No, I watched the Matildas the other night, though.
What was it?
China.
9.
China. Huh?
Tonight?
No. I just mean that we won. I don't actually know the score. I mean that Australia beat Bangladesh. I don't know what the score was. What I was saying was I watched the Matildas play China, and credit to China to hold Australian Matildas to 2 goals only. There were so many chances there in front of the goals for the girls, and the Chinese found a bit of tenacity in defence and held them out where they could.
What do you
China's still developing the women's game.
What do you think when Australia comes up against 2 spectacularly strong nations in the round ball, when we think of Bangladesh, Australia in the men versus gun country Bangladesh, and in Australia in the women, and the Australian women are considered one of the top 10 teams in the world against another power force in China.
Are China in the top 10 though for women's soccer?
Not
at all. No.
Oh, well, yeah. Bangladesh, geez, we must have won 10-0 or something, probably.
Yeah, I wish I'd looked at the score.
Would be a guess. China will, I imagine the girls would have beat them pretty easily. That's what I would have thought.
Well, we all thought they would. They only ran half a squad in the first match, but the second match, they were pretty much full strength. And like I said, to China's credit, they only held them to 2 goals.
Oh, so that was it. It was just 2-0.
Only scored 2-0. Yeah, that's what they won by 2-0. Women's soccer in China is still developing. It's very much a low-key nation. The men are much stronger than what the women are, because they have the Chinese Super League and the Hong Kong Super League over there. But the women are still developing. There's only 1 or 2 that actually play world-class soccer around the world, and the rest of them are just like women.
Tone, let me put it this way, Marto. We've talked about the Tigers winning. That's 1. We've talked about the Australian men's team winning. That's 2. We've talked about the Australian women's team winning. That's 3. Now, if we Compare that to our 3 Kickstarters from last week. It's 3-0, and Australia's winning because unfortunately, between the 3 of us, I think we all placed, but not a
We
single.
did.
Am I right? Not one winner.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, but mine wasn't. Never paid a third dividend. There was no third dividend.
Oh, so really, we've run.
You
we've all-
guys,
we've still
okay.
lost anyway.
I think you got on the place if you got on early, didn't you, Tone?
I don't know, mate.
Comes out
It was late scratching or
comes
something.
out on
'cause
Friday morning.
We're
Surely
right in.
Barney's on the place multi on Friday morning as soon as he sees the show. Who's on the Kickstarter? Let's go. Place. There's a tick.
How did we go
And then
with
you
our
get your
tips?
scratching on Saturday.
How did we go with our
Pardon?
tips? Do you recall how we went with those?
I think we had a win, didn't we?
Did we have a
I
win?
think you smashed it,
Did
Taz.
we?
You held up the flag, I believe.
With which horse?
No, I'm a star, isn't it? I'm a star now. Whatever. It's yeah.
That was the
Huh?
week before.
No, that was 2 weeks ago. I went with Pivot City and
Yep.
we did nothing.
There we go.
So if I'm right, we didn't.
know
have
I didn't.
a week, did we?
No, it wasn't good. I do hate winter racing on a Saturday. It's very, very open and very difficult to find a winner.
And the Phantom?
Boom.
Out he goes. I mean,
There he goes.
I did have a chat.
Oh, yes.
I had a chat to him though, and I said to him, "Listen,
Right. Is he
we
gutted?
don't want to kick you to the curb because we do think it's a little bit unfair. But you are pathetic. I told him, right? But what we're going to
Straight
do,
up.
because we're not that sort of people that just throw people out to the curb straight away, we gave him an opportunity with the pickers. So we gave him the pickers. And look, he did get one up. And if I'm right, Marto, I reckon he might have even piggybacked you, to be honest, because I didn't know.
Yes, it was one that I did like myself. Yes.
So what did he go? He got one
All
winner,
right.
1 second, and a third.
Yep.
No, and an unplaced. Sorry.
Unplaced. Yeah, just missed. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think about the quaddie this weekend? Because as a result of giving the Phantom a little bit of the side movement, you're going for it, Marto. So it's all yours this weekend.
It's all me. So we'll see if the Phantom is really crap or it's just a something that follows Palti around, because we're going to find out how I go this week.
Well, I reckon we knock it on the head and we put everyone out of their misery early, or so they've probably all got their pens and ready to go. So if you're ready, Marto, just give us your quick numbers and tell us where you're going and why you're going there. Yes. And I'll make sure that I put the slide up with a beautiful photo of your fine self there. You might want to send me something, otherwise I'll just have to go through your Facebook and look for something that's going to embarrass you.
Yeah, well, that's not difficult.
Now hit us with your numbers and we'll get that out of the way. And what are you investing?
All right, we're going. Actually, I haven't. You'll have to tally this up as I go. All I've got is numbers at the moment. Right. I've been a little bit unprepared this week.
Yep.
We're going 3 by 3 by 5 by 5. So if you can add that up as we go through.
No.
Race 6, you've got to have Hedged in there as the favourites. Might be a little bit outweighted there. I think. Actually, they're all running at 57 kilos in that in the Queensland Day Stakes. So Hedged, okay, Jamie Caron, she's in good form, so why not? It's the favourite. Skirt the Law, it's a horse I've got a lot of time for. Third up, fit, ready to go. Could pop up and cause a little upset. And Inhibitions, an old favourite of one of ours at Palti, goes in there as well.
Lovely.
So you got 1, 5, 6.
Nice. Go through them all, get them all out of the way.
Yep.
We've got them
I'm
all.
just loading up race 7. My
okay, perfect. Sorry.
laptop's got a little bit of a lag. Okay, so La Creek, I think, is a very, very strong chance in the Magic Millions Classic race 7. But in case it just finds a little bit of trouble, which is unlikely with J-Mac on from barrier 7, but throwing a couple of other roughies in there. We got Thalassophile number 4 and Fall for Cindy might just pop up. It's in good form. And again, Jamie Caron has drawn 1 and ready to go. 8, we go a little bit wider. Race 8. We've got the top in there, Molly Bloom. I mean, this is an open race. It's pretty crazy.
That's the
Scarlet Oaks,
isn't it?
This is the Oaks, yes.
Yeah.
Molly Bloom, the top weight. Scarlet Oak, the favourite. I think there's enough pace in this race to set it up for it. There's a couple will go forward. Like I think Amazon Last just goes crazy up front. It's a typical Waterhouse bot horse. Sorry, guys.
You've been drinking
Set up a pace. Oh, mate, I'm absolutely knackered. It's been a big week. I got Miss Jolene. There's a bit of a roughie there. Might get a bit of a toe in from out wide. And James Orman's a fair jockey up there. Ahuriri, another one I've got a lot of time for. I think it's well priced and well placed in this race. Again, gets a toe in from out wide. And Good Banter is my little roughie in the Oaks race here. So I've got to have that one in again with Jamie Carr on. Jeez, we're on the Jamie Carr bandwagon, aren't we?
Jamie Carr's going to have a massive day.
Last race, we're going five options again.
Yep.
Combination of 5 horses in the last. 2 Vazu, 3 Valana, 2 very good horses. We've thrown in the 5, all that pizzazz. I think it's a little bit over the odds at $8. The 6 Zarastro. Now, Tony Gollan has really been talking this one up, so I just couldn't leave him out. It's another fair chance in this race. And Insurrection, another one of our favourites at Palti. Thrown that in as well. So 3 by 3 by 5 by 5. What do we get?
Hang on, Marto. So what you're saying in the last leg, you're backing its erection.
Insurrection.
Oh, sorry, insurrection. It sounded like it's erection or something. I'm thinking
it's an erection.
You said in the Oaks you liked Good Banter. Is that right? That's your main tip.
Yes, that's right. That's my rougher tip. I'm just bringing it up now. We're running up race 8. Scarlet Oak is the one to beat, of course, but Good Banter is going around at $21.
Wow. Tone, do you like something in the Oaks yourself?
Yeah, if I was going to have a little punt, I'd back the 11 Mayor of Buller with Tommy Berry on board ship. You know, it's $8.50 presently. Just missed out, I think, last start at pretty big odds, didn't it? Yeah, at Doomben. It's one of its 4 with the sting out of the ground. It's had 3 wins this time in, I think, from seven cracks.
I'm curious, Tone. Nash doesn't have a rider in there. He's not up there in Queensland. I mean,
Nash Rawiller should never be allowed on a racetrack ever again. His form is filthy. He's one of the worst jockeys I've ever come across. I'm not tipping him anymore.
Ever?
I've had enough. He destroyed. When was it? Wednesday destroyed me. I threw out a couple of tips, and I think the tip in the Pickers was Atlantic Ocean, wasn't it? He was on that. He managed to destroy that as well. Thanks, Nash. I'm done with it.
He's got the $41 chance in the Oak, so this is where he brings everybody unstuck.
Yeah. Well, I like the one. I like the top weight. I think the favorite is probably the gun horse, but I think the top or the progressive horse. But I think Molly Bloom's the one. I think leading to this, it probably finds it. So that's for me. We'll put up a little slide. We'll put up a little slide with those. I'll also put up the quad. Good
luck if you follow.
But it'll be very, very interesting. There's still good racing up in Queensland. I know, Marto, you said the weather's dried up a little bit up in Cairns, so I imagine there's no rain around in Brisbane.
I just checked the weather forecast before we started tonight, and the rain has stopped there. Their forecast is soft 6, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it improve a little further at Eagle Farm. It tends to repel water. So I wouldn't be surprised if we finish on a good 4 up there.
Well, I hope we finish on good 3, and the good 3 is what we want to start on, and the good 3 is the kickstarters. So, Tone, you like a nice kick, so why don't you get it started?
Oh, look, how can you go? Look, you've got to, sometimes you just got to back the truck back into the driveway, This week, Pisces wins. This week is Pisces. I'm backing up. Pisces is
about $3.
About $3.
Yeah, right.
Race 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Sydney?
Race 1 it is. Is it in Sydney or in Melbourne?
Oh, I've forgotten.
No, it must be Melbourne.
Yeah, I
Melbourne.
think they're bringing it to Melbourne. So that's race 1, number 1, for
Yes.
to be the one that kicks us off. Marto, where are you heading?
I'm heading down to Sydney. Still a bit wet down there. I don't hate. Where did we go? Race 1, number 7, Madrina. I don't hate Madrina here. $5. Look, let out and ran her own race at Canterbury, but that was a day for swoopers with the rail right out at Canterbury. I believe the rail is back in at Randwick, and that makes it difficult for swoopers at Randwick. Amy McLucis, geez, I'm tongue-tied tonight, aren't I?
Yeah,
Amy McLucis brings her full claim into this, and that's going to bring her back to 54.5 kilos. She drops weight. She definitely leads again from an inside draw. And with that little forward bias that we're hoping for, it's going to be very hard to beat. Race 1, number 7.
Marto, it's something that, I mean, I used to follow a lot of Sydney racing, and I guess you did too, Tone, but I just find Canterbury form these days doesn't really transpose into Rosehill and Randwick form. I don't know. For me, Canterbury's become the provincial track of Sydney racing.
Yeah, well, don't forget they do want to upgrade out there as well if they do end up selling off Rose Hill.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make better racing there too now. But look, Canterbury used to be easy to pick. You just pick the leaders on the rail, and that was it. You pick the leader that takes the rail, and you've got a winner at Canterbury. But now you're right, racing has changed a bit there. I guess it just depends on what sort of track they're backing up on next start, whether it's going to be forward or swoopers. And I do think Randwick might be a little bit forward biased this weekend. No, hoping.
Why not? Well, I'm sticking to the place where I'm pretty much try to be the safest, and that's in South Australia. So I'm going to Morfordville. Look, it's a shorty. It's in the first race. I think it just wins. It's called 6 Stars. It's its 4th start in. Look, it'll push forward. Should probably lead. Be hard to catch. $2.30. It's enough for me. I went through that race and I was looking for value, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to back the winner. I think don't look for something to beat the winner. And I looked across the other states, but I think 6 Stars is the way to go. So we've got like 230 into $5. So what's that? 10.60 into another, say, $3. So it's almost 33 to 1 thereabouts. Put a little paint on, put a little pixie on, maybe even put that dressing gown on that Tone's got and celebrate. So good luck. Let's get the Kickstarters home, and that's what we want to get everyone up and running nice and early. Now,
yes,
surprise! I get a message last night, and sadly I couldn't make it. But one of the Palti sent me a message telling me that he was coming down to Melbourne for the day for business and stuff. So Hazy, unfortunately, he was down here for work. I mean, look, Pezza always said he's probably the best looking bloke that we know of, part of the Palmy Army. He's probably also the smartest bloke that we sort of know on the Palmy Army. He might not be too smart if he's trying to hook me into a beer or a schnitz or something like that. But Hazy, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I do look forward to it. So if you're down again and we get a little bit of notice, absolutely. I mean, I can organise someone else to take training and be a pleasure to catch up. But sorry I couldn't make it. Hopefully everything goes well when you fly back out to Sydney nice and safe tomorrow morning. And when you're watching this, you'll remember us.
Good on you, Hazy.
Absolutely. Yep. It's always nice. It's always nice to connect with people if the opportunity
is training. Training. I know what training is, but it is winter down there. Training's usually a day at the beach and beers and pies and pasties and all that.
I wish it was. Because my team actually had their first loss of the season last week. So we were 8-0. Really? So we lost 4-3. We went down 2-0. Came back to 3-2. And anyway, unfortunately. But I did play a lot of young kids. So whilst I've stepped up a league and a division, I've got some 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds that we're trying to blood. They're sort of train-ons and that, but they got an opportunity through injury. And anyway, it wasn't to be, but that's all right. Can't win all the time.
Well, that's it. Absolutely.
Now, let me ask you about the footy. We're going to go a little bit here and there everywhere, but Tone, I know that your game was tonight. I know that you were happy about it. I want to know about Bolton. Do you trade him or not?
Oh, look. Richmond is going to become the new, barbecue chicken carcass. Everyone's having a pick, I don't know what Dusty's going to do. Everybody's always they're all into Dusty. They're into Baker. They're into Bolton. Look, I'd rather he stay, but it all depends what they're offering for him and what what we can get, what we're going to get out of it.
Marto, you're now the list manager of Richmond. I'm Fremantle. All right, I'm the one chasing him. I'm Fremantle. You're the list manager, so this is coming from an unbiased territory.
Yep.
What do you want? Do you give him up, and why don't you?
I want to keep him at Richmond.
Yep.
But I want to run him in the midfield. The poor kid is confused. He gets midfield runs. He gets thrown in the forward pocket. I think he plays his best football when he's in the midfield. It's just a shame that he's got those other names around him. But when Hopper comes back, and if Bolton went into the midfield with Hopper, I mean, you've got almost a Walsh Cripps type combination, or the midfield combination at Sydney.
I haven't done this for a while, Marto. I'm going to interrupt you, but I haven't done this for a while. But we used to do it when we didn't agree with someone, and we go bullshit because
you don't like him in the midfield.
No way, no. Look, for me, my opinions are obviously different to you guys, but I'd get rid of him. I would take the 2 first rounders and rebuild, because Richmond's going nowhere, as Tone said. They're going to bottom out now. So why not build a list? I mean, the reality is, in a couple of years' time, when Tassie come in, the whole draft's going to be compromised. So why not try to get elite in now? Because you're going to miss out in a couple of years' time when you're finishing, 14th, 15th, 16th, or whatever. That's just my opinion. And the Blues are playing Sunday against the Bombers, and I've got me tickets, and the kids are coming, so we're all excited about that. Sunday night football. It should be it's a public holiday here on Monday, so I'll be going to that.
Oh, you Southerners, yes, get the King's birthday long weekend, don't you?
Yeah, but another holiday. Jeez. Goodness me.
God save the King, they say.
We've got to wait till October for ours.
And I'm going to ask you about this one, Tone, even though it's really for Marto. Sydney versus Geelong.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, look, that's. I don't know. I think Geelong are flaky, and the boys are probably not going to like that down there in Geelong. But I think they're flaky. Sydney is playing much better football. I've already got me money on the grand final. I've got me money on Sydney Carlton. Final, me money's on
this weekend. We've heard it here, Marto. You heard it.
Yeah, I did. Now I'm worried. Premierships aren't won in June, and I'm worried. Look, to me, as a Swan supporter, of course, I want to see them win, but I do know history says we are slow starters after a bye, and Geelong are coming into a bye, so they're going to be going all guns blazing. I think it's a very, very interesting match, and I think it's a danger match for Sydney as far as the win or loss goes, not as far as the record for the ladder goes. Of course, we're still going to be on top. But I think it's a danger match for the win or loss. I think Geelong comes out firing because they do have their confidence up. They are getting players back, and they are playing well.
Beautiful. That's our footy part of it. We're not going to talk about the state of origin too much. No point about that for now.
Nobody cares about that, do they?
And what we will do is now bring our focus back in, realign, and get on these donkeys that we are suggesting here at Put a Line Through It, that you either play, lay, or put a line through them. So, Marto, I'm going to go with you. You're on a roll. You're struggling to get
The
the
meat and two
out of
veg.
your mouth. Let's go with it. What are you
Here we
going?
go. Let's see if I can complete these sentences.
I think
I'm
Marto's
going to Fleming.
a wine trifle, and it was more wine in it than trifle, I think.
Bit of brandy on top too. We didn't light it up. Just drink it away. Anyway, the meat and two veg is going to Flemington this week. Race 6, number 2. Now, this thing, Virtuous Circle, popped up in my numbers, and I thought, Marto, what the hell are you doing? This is a 2,000-meter race. But there is a lot of pace drawn low in this race. There's probably 4 or 5 that like to lead and push the pace in behind those leaders. So that pace, the tempo is going to be strong. Virtuous Circle will be at the back. Obviously, he's a mile and a half or better horse, but back to the mile and a quarter with that early tempo. And his 2 previous runs, I know he hasn't placed, but he hasn't been disgraced either, especially the last one at Flemington over the mile, where he really did come on strong and finish with good late sectionals. So 2,000 meters, if they keep that tempo strong up front, he's a very, very good chance at double figure odds. We're getting $10.
Interesting, because in our private chat, when you put that up, the first thing I said is, oh my goodness, that was going to be my first star.
So
pretty
you
much
like
for
it
the
too?
same reasons as well. But you've probably done me a favour and saved me from embarrassment if it doesn't win.
Well, he is 0 from 5 at Flemington, so we do have to beat history here.
No, perfect. Tone, where are you going, my friend?
I'm staying in the Big Vic this week too. The Big Vic, Victoria. Yes, race 4.
Early on.
Number 14. Yeah, it's a tough race. I'll probably pick the toughest race in the world, like as I do on a Saturday. I'm getting on Roaring Engine. 16 skins. Jump on. You've got what's name? It was a Tattenham Bull on it. He's claiming, claiming 3 kilos.
Yep.
It's had 2 wins in its last 10 starts. This time in, finished a length back from the leader last start at Sandown, and I think the claim will be helpful. And I'm a big fan of Flemington. I love the big wide open track, so. There's no need to worry about the barrier draw out there in 12. So,
it's a big track, but
you have picked a tough
race. They've got the rail out. They've got the rail out 9 meters at Flemington this week, I believe.
Oh so dear! Well, we're coming out of the car park then, I suppose. But
well, let me tell you, fellas, slow down for a tick.
Yes,
you have picked the toughest race because there are 2 overseas horses that are leading the betting in this.
There are, yes.
Berkeley. I think it's called Berkeley something. Berkeley Breeze.
Berkshire Breeze.
Berkshire Breeze. And the other one is that Quantum Cat. So it'd be interesting to see how the overseas horses go. Interesting to see how yours will go, whether it's a roaring engine or it's actually just a broken engine. I
don't mind it.
Sticking to South Australia, and I've
got let's go
as well in the City of Churches for race 4, number 3, Maricourt. Look, it's been costly. It's cost God knows how much. If you backed at the last start, it's been short priced. But Ben Price jumps on for the first time, and I think a change of jockey probably does the trick. It can lead. It probably won't lead. It probably goes back from the good draw. And I think if Price is riding it for luck, then he'll find it. And if he's riding it as the best horse in the race, he'll just wait, peel, and get over the top. It's $3.20. So you're not getting a lot of value from me this weekend. But I've said it before and I'll say it again, you can't eat value. So that's us.
That's it. $3.20. Better than it's not a bad price.
Well,
I've taken them shorter.
It is money to
Now,
I know you've probably got other things that you want to share. So tell us, what do you want to give? What words of wisdom do the magnificent duo have to say for the Palti Army?
We call them bed bugs because they're found in beds, right?
Yes.
So where do cockroaches live?
Very, very good.
Oh.
Tone, anything that you want to share? Maybe some secrets? Maybe you want to put that 90 on for us and give us a bit of a parade.
Give us a parade. Give us a twirl, Tone.
Well, no, great. No, I've got a lot of words of wisdom this week, but there'll be a new edition coming out of the book shortly. And Nash Rawler is he's on top of the list.
Oh,
Sammy Clipperton, he's been pushed down. But another one who's absolutely horrendous is that Dylan Gibbons. Shocking. Should never be allowed near a racetrack, that bloke, honestly.
I'm going to have to look for the new book. I'm going to have to look for the old Clipperton.
Yeah, we saw a quote from one of those legendary Queensland jockeys this week. He said, "You don't need to give a good jockey instructions, and a bad jockey can't follow him. So just don't give them."
Yep.
I'm trying to think of his name. He's an old Queensland jockey legend.
Well,
but it just rung true.
I'm going to leave you with a joke, not necessarily PC, but I guess for us maturing types. When you have a little bit of loose bowel movement and stuff, it's sometimes quite relieving. So if you're going to get offended, I'm really sorry. But how do you know when you've had a good poo?
How do you know when you've had a good poo?
Tone, any idea?
No idea.
Well, you hear the splash and it's still coming out of your bottom.
Get the tape measure out. It could be a record.
There we go. Oh, I've got a joke like that. A PC joke. They're two coloured guys in America down there in the deep south, and they decide that they're going to have a leak. They're standing on the bridge, and they relieving themselves there, and one says to the other, "Water's cold," and the other one says, "Deep too."
Ooh, ching.
There you go.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, episode 3 AC is done and dusted. Enjoy your weekends. I'll get all the slides up. Marto, good luck with your quaddie.
Yes, Marto.
So your Kickstarter and your meat and 2 veg. Tone, let's get home your Kickstarter and your titanium tip. Hopefully something going as well, and we can probably make a little bit of coin for anyone that is silly enough to follow us.
Exactly. Well, going to hit one eventually. You throw enough darts, you'll hit the board, won't you?
Well,
a broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I don't know because I've only got a digital one, and I don't know if it runs out of batteries, it might be still right. But anyway, have a great night, gentlemen. Have a great morning. Have a great evening. It's always a pleasure.
And thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.